When news broke that Frank Sinatra had excluded his first wife, Nancy Barbato, from his will, fans and insiders alike were stunned, especially given the role she had played in the early part of his life and career. Theirs was a love story that began long before the glitz of Hollywood or the fame of Las Vegas stages. Nancy was there when Frank was still hustling gigs in Hoboken, helping him pursue his dreams while raising their children and managing the domestic side of their modest life. So when the final will and testament of Old Blue Eyes was revealed, and her name was nowhere to be found among the list of beneficiaries, speculation swirled. Why would a man known for his deep loyalty to family make such a stark omission? The answer, as it turns out, is layered in decades of complicated emotions, personal regrets, and unresolved wounds that never truly healed. According to sources close to the family, Frank's decision had less to do with money and more to do with symbolism and emotional closure. Though their marriage ended in divorce in 1951 after Frank's highly publicized affair with Ava Gardner, Nancy remained a steady, if distant, presence in his life, raising their children with grace and largely staying out of the media frenzy that surrounded his tumultuous romances and fast-paced celebrity lifestyle. However, their split had left a permanent mark. Nancy had reportedly felt abandoned and humiliated, and while she never publicly disparaged him, privately she had never forgiven the betrayal. Frank, known for his pride and stubbornness, found it difficult to truly reconcile with her beyond cordial family events. Insiders suggest that Sinatra's will was more a reflection of how distant they had become emotionally over the years than any animosity or desire to punish her. Instead, he chose to leave his fortune, estimated at more than $200 million, to his children, close friends, loyal staff, and his fourth wife, Barbara Sinatra. Some biographers argue that Barbara played a role in this exclusion as well, given her influence over Frank's later life and estate planning. Others believe Frank simply viewed his financial obligations to Nancy as having ended long ago, especially since she had reportedly received generous settlements and support throughout the years. Still, the decision stung those who remembered the early days when Nancy stood by Frank before the fame, through the birth of their children, and during his rise from struggling singer to national sensation. To some, excluding her was a final blow in a long and painful chapter. To others, it was simply a reflection of the distance time and life had created. Whatever the reasons, Frank's final act in this regard underscores the often complicated intersection between fame, love, loyalty, and legacy. His choice may not have erased Nancy Barbato's place in his story, but it did make clear that some wounds, even decades later, remain unresolved.